friends, welcome to the Wednesday show. Today we're going to talk about two very simple things. One is an extremely easy to build and inexpensive jig that will allow you to make circular cuts in any table saw or any band saw. This will be an invaluable jig for your shop and everyone can build it. The other part will be a simple fix for a very common problem with most table saws. Definitely if you're new to the hobby and you have an entry-level table saw, you will have this problem, and that relates on the plate that creates that covers the blade, that is usually very well fitted, and it is not simply on very inexpensive saws. I've seen that even on very high-end saws, and today I will show you a very simple, inexpensive and quick way to fix that will improve your cutting experience with your saw manifold. So stick around and enjoy the saw. Here I should have done many passes rather than one, because doing only one pass at a time, even in thick thin wood like this, puts a lot of strain on the blade. And as you can see, I had to play a lot with the jig to make the cut the way I wanted it. So when you use this jig, you need to start with the blade low and incrementally raise it, as you will see later in the video. And as you see, this is a perfect circular cut, and if we had a bigger piece, we would be able to cut a circle all around. This is a very useful jig that allows you to create a lot of variability in your projects. This is a rare instance that the riding knife should be removed, because if it is not, it will prevent you from making a full circle if you have a piece that it is wider than the pieces I'm using in the video. You can easily then remove the dab of hot glue by simply pulling it off. An easy way to temporarily put two pieces of glue together for the purposes of example of making this cut is to put a dab of hot glue in one of the pieces and then simply press the other piece on top, and within a few minutes you have a nice connection. Then turn it on. And now that the cut is done, you can simply take the wood apart. And again, very simply, you can grab the hot glue, and like that you have absolutely no residual left. This jig is very simple to make. You need one straight piece of plywood with a point and then a runner. I've made this jig so it will work on both my table saw and my bandsaw. And you simply put the runner on and you're ready to cut. You put the piece that you want to cut and you can see very nice angles. Again, it does a fantastic job. And sometimes if you want to just create, you can take planks, and because that will have a consistent diameter, you can take the different planks and then you can connect them and make a big circle. As you can see here, these are not exactly the same width of wood, so it doesn't look perfect, but if they were the same type of wood, you will make a perfect connection there. You're going to have a perfect circle in the end. So you can take individual planks and do that, or you can take pieces and do that. The jig works very well. It's extremely easy to make. Again, it is a piece of plywood that you attach a runner and a point to have to rotate around. I've put some heavy duty tape here to protect my table saw and my bandsaw from damage from the point of the screw. I am using a screw here. I find it one of the best ways to create a point, but you can use a nail, you can use anything that you have available. This jig is made from scratch. It won't cost you anything, and it is an unbelievably useful jig that allows you to make circle cuts in both a table saw and a bandsaw. So it's a multi-purpose jig. I hope you can make one of your own. One common problem with inexpensive entry-level saws is that the guard here is never very good. Mine actually has a substantial lip, and this can be very dangerous. For example, if you're cutting, and I'm not going to cut here, but if you're cutting along, you see the wood wants to move, it cannot pass through there. That can become dangerous because you are going to have to lift the wood to clear this specific spot. I'm going to show you close by how big this is. You can definitely feel it with your finger, but also you can clearly see it with the naked eye. So here it is. You can see how much this protrudes, and you can see how easily wood gets caught there. I cannot push this wood through. I will have to lift it, and that makes it dangerous. As you can see in this saw, the problem exists all the way around. So how do we fix this? First, we remove this. And then we're going to use some washers, so when we put our screws on, they will not be falling. And we're going to start with one washer and see if that's enough. So we're going to put our washers there. And it is getting better here, but clearly we need more washers. So we're going to go with 2 washers and see if that will help. And sure enough, now as you can see, my wood goes through without much problem. Here is perfect, here it is not. So you need to be adding washers until you get the desired result. And washers are fantastic because then you can still use the screws to attach the guard here. And notice we are on 3 washers now, so that is a substantial thickness. Better fitment. And let me show you again. If we use our wood, you see it glides very easily without any problems, and you can see that this is now flush and this is flush. So this is a very inexpensive and easy way to fix something that can potentially be very dangerous, and this is before you have the skills to create a custom insert here. So just by buying some washers, I bought them in Walmart for about $1. They are number 8 washers. They are zinc. They are not going to interact with the table. And you're solving one of the most common problems that you can find in most table saws. Definitely on the entry level ones, but sometimes in very expensive table saws you're going to have the same problem. The Wednesday saw. If you did, please smash the like button. If you didn't, the other button works as well. Like, share and subscribe if you like what we do and if you want to support this channel. We're getting very close. We're about 36 people away from 400 subscribers, which means we only need 36 more people for another giveaway. Subscribe if you have not done so you can participate in our giveaways. Comment, be part of the community, and help us by telling us what you would like to see in this channel. I will see you again on Sunday with a full build. Enjoy the rest of the week.